In the personal information section, the first thing that you'll start with is the release statement. Again, you'll want to pay attention to all asterisks indicating a required field. First, you will read through and certify under the release statement. Next, there's the release of contact information and the additional information release so that the CSUs may contact you. You will save and continue and move along to the next section. You'll note as you go through each section, a check mark will appear once you've completed what you need to complete in each required section. Next, they'll gather biographic information, including alternate name, preferred name, legal sex, birth information, additional applicant information. Once you've entered all required fields, the bar will turn blue and you can save and continue to your next section. Next, they'll gather contact information, including your current address, whether or not that is your permanent address, and if not, listing that. The phone number to contact you at will be listed here, gathered from when you set up your profile, along with your email. Next, we'll save and continue, moving along to citizenship and residency information. For here, you will select the value that best describes your U.S. citizenship. If you are born outside of the U.S., what year did you or will you move to the U.S.? What U.S. state or possession do you regard as your permanent home? Do you claim California residency? If you select yes, you do. Have you lived in California continuously since birth? You can either select yes, or if you have not, it will ask you to list when your present stay in California began, and you will use the calendar feature to search for that approximate date. Next, we will save and continue to race and ethnicity. You will be asked, with regard to your ethnicity, do you consider yourself Hispanic or Latino? You will be asked to select one or more of the following groups in which you consider yourself a member of for your race. The CSUs often need to report one summary race or ethnicity description for a person, and you will record your answer below. Next, we will save and continue to the next section. They will gather other information, including whether or not you have a social security number. If so, you will be asked to enter it here. You will also be asked to enter a statewide student ID number, which was assigned to you if you attended a public California K-12 school located on your high school transcripts. If you did not attend a public high school, you may leave this blank. You'll be asked to answer a question regarding what your first language is. Your military status from your profile setup will pull forward here. You will be asked if you are the dependent of a person who has currently or previously served the U.S. military. You will discuss your academic standing with your last school attended. If there are any academic infractions and/or conduct at any of your previous institutions. And if you answer yes to any of these, you will be given a narrative for which you can explain the institution and the violation that occurred there. If you're interested in obtaining a teaching or educational credential, you will indicate that here. If you're interested in being considered for the CalFresh program and checking your eligibility for monthly food assistance through the CalFresh program, you will select yes here. If you're earning an associate's degree for transfer and wish to participate in the California Promise program, you will select yes here. If you're a returning applicant, as we indicated in our profile, it will ask you what your last term attended was and the year attended, as well as if you attended another college after the term listed. If you plan to pursue an RN or registered nurse license or expect to achieve an RN license, you will indicate yes here. And lastly, you'll respond to how you heard about Cal State Apply. Once we save and continue and move along to our next section, we're at the final part of Section 1 of the application, where we will enter our financial and parental information. So, to determine whether or not you are a dependent or an independent applicant, you will review the following questions and determine if they apply to you. If any of those above statements apply to you, you will indicate one or more of the above statements apply to me. Otherwise, you will select none of the above statements apply to me. That will mark you as a dependent. If you can answer yes to any of those, you will be marked as an independent. If you are marked as an independent, you will report your household information for your 2019 taxes. If you are marked as a dependent, you will report your parents' or step-parents' household in 2019. You will go through and answer questions about the household size, the income information, whether or not you're interested in campus housing, and parent and guardian educational level. You'll want to answer all of these questions to the best of your abilities, and the tax information can be found on their 2019 tax returns. Once this is complete, we will save and continue, and we can return to the dashboard. Our personal information section has been completed and is now marked green and with the checkbox. Next, we'll move along to the academic history section.